And you don't take into consideration, do you, how people outside of the church might be kept safe from such a person whom you're not satisfied will not reoffend?
If they were outside the church and they were a close friend, I would tell them.
Well, and how would you know if they're a close friend and they're outside of the church?
If they were a close friend of mine.
A close friend of yours?
If I was.
Yes.
If I associated with them.
What about people who are not close friends of yours, others than outside of the church? You don't take any steps, do you, to protect them from this potential reoffending?
Washing cars. Cleaning. Stalling. Don't do that. Bad. Children.
Mr. O'Brien, you've given evidence that you gave instructions to counsel on the point of Mr. Jackson not being able to assist and his activities being with relation to translations. And I, as a matter of fairness, must put to you that those instructions you gave were false, were they not?
No, I don't believe so.
I suggest to you, I put to you, that when you gave those instructions, you knew them to be false.
No, I disagree.
And by giving those instructions, you sought to mislead the Royal Commission to protect Mr. Jackson from any potential summons to appear.
Do you see yourselves as Jehovah God's spokespeople on earth?
Is this well, I wanted to save you guys some time. I don't know how your procedure works. I wanted to save your time. I don't want to I know that if I say certain things, you that's all you're looking for. And I don't want to say anything that that you may be looking for. Okay. Well, I wish that you could, you know, and I wish things were different. But basically, it's on along the lines that a promise has been broken to us, and we once we see some deviation, we that kind of scares us, and we it worries me for the congregation. It worries me even for you, Brother Biddle and Brother Wallace. The things that we're not told and the things that are everybody else knows about except us. And then just we saw a little crack in the wall, and we watched the trials, and it just got worse, and there's just things out there that I can't believe that everybody else knows about, and we don't have a clue on it. And how can we perform our ministry? We're out there defenseless. These things that are coming out through trials and exposed through trials, and it's just it's a terrible thing that when the name is being blasphemed like this through the conduct of our leaders, and it's just disturbing to me. And I wish it wasn't true. I wish I didn't know about this. I probably would have been blissfully unaware. But unfortunately, I had many prayers for the family to continue growing spiritually and to continue their road. I as I did this, I saw things, and things were just not as they appear. As you know, I've been in this a long time, since a youth. And as a youth, you kind of go along with the adults. But then as you get older, you start seeing things that are not appropriate or not right. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for these things that are not right, and that basically things at the top are not working the way we think they are. And I'm not trying to discourage you or anything. What I'm trying to say is that the organizational part is slowly separating itself from the Almighty Father, and it worries me. There's just too many trials, too much evidence, and the whole world knows about it except us. And I just cannot believe the things that are out there. And I'm not looking at certain things that I shouldn't be looking at. I'm just looking at credible governmental websites, like the Australian Commission. In Warwick, there's a newspaper that says that all the people that were working there in Warwick were working in toxic environment, and a lot of them did not know this. And I think that's very deceitful, and I don't like those things. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I had. Yes, we do. Even more so now. Um, Even more so now. And it is true that he does allow things to happen, but all you have to do, and I know that the organization comes first, but I want to be on the right side when the kingdom comes and when things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't know about it either? Yes, and he didn't know anything about it. Um, yes, but this has been going on since the 50s, and all the correspondence all the correspondence, all the evidence that the court has, it's all for the public to have. All the letters that are secret, confidential, any letters that you brothers have received that the congregation wasn't privy to, the whole world has them. They all have the shepherd's book. They all have, they have everything. And it's all, yes, exactly. Well, now they're giving them free. Now they're free. So I I um I want my family to survive, and I don't want them. I don't want to offend Jehovah in any way. And being no with Jehovah, exactly with Jehovah. I want to be in His favor. I want to do things the way He wants them to do. The organization has too much power right now over brothers that they're willing to go over their conscience and do things that they normally would not do. But unfortunately, we do have men in the congregations that are organizational men and will fight their conscience for something that they know is probably not the right thing to do. And that's not how I think things should be run. I think brothers should be allowed to use their conscience on certain matters, especially if they're not in the biblical. And a lot of our poor elders in Australia were put there on trial, and all they said was, "Well, they told us to do that," and so they just followed it all the way up to Jeffrey Jackson, and and it just um, in the our eight book, the old eight Bible understanding. There's a story there of how the name came about. I didn't know about that until you research the name. How would Jehovah allow this to happen? So apparently the name was put together by a Spanish monk using the tetragrammaton, and he just inserted what he felt was the right vowels inside it, and it just came up with that. Uh, yes, in the Bible, yeah, yeah, in the Bible, the Jews are for. I'm sorry, I'm you're kind of you're kind of breaking. I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up. I have a uh yeah, yes, go ahead. That was my given name. That was my given name. Yes, yes. I'm not. I am not sure the exact pronunciation. Okay. Hmm. Yes, they believe that that's closer. No, which that is true. He's not allowing us to know the exact pronunciation, but in the scriptures between Matthew and Revelation, he's given all authority to his son, all authority to his son. And I realize that certain things are in the organization. We do give Jesus mention when we talk about him, but the main focus is the organization this and organization that. And it's a visible thing, and we a lot of people get comfort from visible things, but our the Christ said to have spirit and truth, that the temple and the mountain, the place, and all this would be done away with, And under normal circumstances, under normal circumstances, uh, most brothers would use their conscience other than being told what to do. And I believe that the organization is beginning to lose. Well, I know they're losing a lot of money because the lawsuits are all being lost. There's one in San Diego for 13 million and one in Fremont for 28 million, in Texas, everywhere. They're yes. Um well, I hate to tell you, but I wish it wasn't so, but she is 100% more than me. I there was just certain things, and it just it's just obvious. It's just obvious to her, and she's told me that yes, um, it's just well, I just know what the I just know the procedure. All the procedures um, are in the book, which was surprising that you have a protocol to go through, and I just know that if I say anything that I shouldn't say, that's all you need, and then I get labeled. And I just feel that it's closer to what the Christ had to endure when they took him to a secret room and questioned him. I just it's just unreal how it looks, and I don't like the idea of secret conversations and so forth. And I know you're not supposed to have it in public. And I'm sorry. Well, yes, I believe that it should be in public. Everybody should know what the trouble is. We don't. You brothers just found out about the trial, and I thought yes, but the actual I think may I call you? I'm gonna use a different phone that we have um, because you keep cutting out, and I don't want to. I believe this is important. I'll see if I can find your name. Here it is. I'm gonna call you. This phone is a little bit better. We use it as a. I don't know if you see my. I'm calling you right now. Well, it's because this phone that I'm on right now is cutting out, and I'm having trouble hearing you. So okay, okay, okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know that I do appreciate you brothers, um, and I do appreciate all you do. But this is bigger than both of all of us. This is bigger, much bigger than us. It's the people that direct you and so forth, and how it's set up. So I don't have any animosity towards you. I actually have affection for you, and I do appreciate your time. Just checking on us. Um, yeah, I I would like to do that, but unfortunately, the way the structure is set up, I cannot. In conscience, my conscience would not allow me to do this. Uh, I cannot participate in this. Well, that's good. I'm sorry, you broke up there. I wanted to call you if I could. This phone of mine is not working very well. I want to call you from a different phone. Is your phone ringing? The other line? Could you pick up that one, please? This phone that I'm on right now is breaking up. Yes, okay, that's better. I can hear you much better. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I'm sorry. Well, I I I would rather just let you know, Brother Biddle, um, that I always will view you as friends and always view you as respected men, and you're always welcome as friends and brothers. Um, but I cannot participate in the organizational way of doing things anymore. My conscience doesn't allow me to do. I know it's just legal formalities and so forth, and I know that it's how they yes, 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 but I do understand your belief, but I've never read anywhere in the scriptures where it tells me to do this type of thing, sign things or do things like this. I know it's a corporation, and I know they have their formalities to do. That's why it's turned into a corporation. But
I'm not taking part in that.
I can't take part. My conscience will not allow me to take part in any organizational thing. I just I don't think it's. Some things are biblical, but some things are going off a little bit. And the trial exposes the whole organizational part as to what's going on. And I think it's terrible. I think it's a horrible thing. Well, I know the reason why the organization does that, put it in writing. So that's the reason why I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to participate in anything. Um, I understand that you probably have a different way of a procedure or organizational way of doing things. Um, we were thinking of fading, but we also at the same time I know that you have your procedure and your protocol to do, and it just our conscience just bothers us when we participate in any type of organizational thing. And yes, I definitely do, and I feel that as an honor actually. Huh. It's unusual, but yes, I feel that as an honor to not be involved in the organizational part. I'm going to focus more on the scriptures and exactly what the Christ wants us to do and what Jehovah wants us to do. I don't want to be able to be manipulated by men in New York telling me this is what Jehovah wants when it's clearly the scriptures say it's the opposite. So it's not it's not something I can do with my conscience. I do apologize. So I know exactly the consequences. My wife knows the consequences. We all know the consequences. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.